Hey everyone, welcome to part 1 of my 3-part series which tackles question 23 of the exam paper for the HSC 2014 IPT. In today's video, we will be going over question 1 of the 3 questions in question 23, so part A, and I'll be explaining the question. I'll be breaking it down, explaining what the question wants, discovering key terms, pretty much simplifying it. I'll also be providing a sample answer and how you can use it in your own response. Pretty much what the marking criteria is asking for you to get the 3 out of 3 for this question. And then I'll also be assisting you guys in better understanding the marking guidelines, the dot points, and the comments when working through this question. We'll be breaking it down, we'll be going through it, and I'll be assisting you guys in approaching the top mark you can get for this question. Before we dive into question 1, we first must go through the scenario to understand what the question is saying. The scenario: a sporting club uses an online database. Medical information such as fitness levels and past injuries are entered manually by staff. Performance data and injuries are collected real-time during games using a timed device worn by each player. The data is transmitted wirelessly from the timed device to the online database. The information system is accessible by coaches and medical staff at any time. With the scenario understood, let's dive into the first question. The question asks, what are the advantages of having an online database in the system? So, to approach this question, let's simplify it, let's break it down. The question asks, what are the advantages of having an online database in the system? The key terms are what, the advantages, online database within the system. So, pretty much what you guys must do are list advantages, keyword advantages, meaning you have to talk about multiple advantages of having an online database in regards to the sporting club, the medical information database, which players' information is entered manually by staff, and you have to talk about the advantages of having this database within the system. Okay. To simplify this question, you can remove a couple words such as what are, and having, so that the question comes off as the advantages of an online database in the system. It might help you guys out. Personally, it does for me. But with that being said, now that I've told you how to approach this question, let's get into a sample answer. So, in our response, we have to talk about the advantages of having an online database in the system. So, we need to talk about multiple advantages of the database in the system. The response is, the advantage of having an online database in the system are the elimination of physical hard copy data on paper, which could be inaccurate. As you can see, we're already targeting the pros, the advantages, which could be inaccurate, lost, and non-editable. An online database in the system would be advantageous. We're talking about the advantages due to its overall convenience and online presence, allowing data to be transferred and received faster due to the internet, edited and received faster in case data is inaccurate through software, and more data can be stored with ease, not worrying about the space and capacity of physical data. So, as I said before when we were first approaching the question, when we were breaking it down, we need to list multiple advantages of the online database in the system. As you can see here, we have listed at least more than 3, maybe 4 or 5. And we've talked about how they're advantageous within the system. Okay? Now that we have gone through the response, we've gone through the question, let's have a look at the marking criteria and see where the response and our approach to the question falls onto the marking criteria and the dot points required to get 3 out of 3. Here is the marking criteria. On first observations, you can see that there are 3 stages to it, 3, 2, and 1, but what we want to do is we want to get that 3 out of 3. It's quite a simple answer, meaning it's quite a simple question, meaning it's not going to be too hard to get the 3 out of 3. So to get 3 out of 3, you must identify advantages, meaning multiple different advantages of having an online database in the system. As you can see, when we first approached the question, we talked about having different advantages. We've incorporated that in the response, meaning we will be getting 3 out of 3 for the question. We're talking about different advantages of having the online database in the system, and that is what we have done in the response. That's how we've approached the question. And in doing so, we have achieved the 3 out of 3. I hope you guys tune in to the other 2 parts to this question for 2014 HSC paper for IPT, question 23. And with that being said, I can't wait to see you guys again. Thank you.